Think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke. I'm ready for smoke.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Startups on the Blocks. We're live on, we're broadcasting out on Facebook and also on LinkedIn, several Facebook pages. And so we're happy to be here tonight. Uh, our guest tonight, Lakeisha French, she had an emergency with her son, and so she had to take him to the hospital. So she won't be joining us tonight. So I'm going to give you all updates on Startup on the Blocks and all the things that are going on and some of the events that are happening here in Pensacola, and we have some exciting information to share. So we're continuing down this path to kind of support founders, all over in their startup journey. And so we host this event every Thursday night for opportunity for uh, founders and people in the ecosystem to kind of connect. So I'll go over a few slides to kind of give you an update. And yeah, we're excited about our third pitch competition. And I found out tonight some of our the word still needs to get out there to find out and get your applications in. And so don't wait till the last minute. The pitch applications close on November 29th. And you can go to pitch.kukuainstitute.org and you'll see the application there. And there are plenty. There are posts on our social media Facebook page, and so that's pitch.kukuainstitute.org. That's where we're doing a pitch competition. And I'll talk a little bit about that since I'm on here. So it's the basic deal is that it's kind of an entry level pitch competition. We don't you don't have to have a business already started. We're trying to recruit people with ideas, but if you have a startup up and running, or we want you to participate as well. And so the idea is that you have to describe your idea in 250 words. And so when you're describing your idea, you should kind of talk about the problem you're solving and your solution to the problem, and or what you're going to build for a solution to solve the problem. Who are your customers going to be, and then kind of maybe talk a little bit about if you have any traction already, talk about that and talk about how big the market is, talk about who the competition is, and if you have a team, talk about that, and you may also want to include in there, just a little bit about why you're the one to solve the problem, and so that it doesn't get any easier than that. So if you are one of our portfolio companies and are planning on participating in the pitch competition, we're going to your judging criteria is going to be a little bit harder than the folks that are out there new to everything. So the portfolio companies, we want you to have made significant progress in our startup rocket thing, and so to demonstrate that you've been working on your startup, and so we can kind of see there. So there's two categories when you go to pitch.kukuainstitute.org. There's you check whether you've read the requirements, and then you check whether you are one of our portfolio companies or whether you're a future founder or a current founder. But if you're one of our portfolio companies, like I said, we're gonna you'll have to show that you've been working in the startup rocket and made significant progress towards that. And so after the 29th, we'll kind of look at screen all the applications, and then we'll make an announcement probably a week after that or less on the 5 finalists in our from our cohort and 5 finalists from our future founders and folks that haven't been participating with us. And so I think where we have it is like first prize in each category is $700, or you have to look at it, but it's we got a first and second prize in each category. And then if you make it to for the finalists in each category, then we'll definitely invite you to be one of our portfolio companies. But if last time we actually if you made it to the preliminaries semifinals, we invited you to participate. So get your applications in and help spread the word about our pitch competition. So Lloyd Jr., if you would post that link in the both on Facebook and in on the stage, that would be a big help. Yes. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Like I said, Lakeisha was due on tonight, and we were going to have her tell her story about her company is 8 strains, I guess, and it's a NFT marketplace that has to do with cannabis. Wow, I was looking forward to hearing about that, and so they have a wait list going on, and I think evidently they have something for participants and breeders. I'm not sure what the term breeders mean, but I can only imagine. But I'll post this link into the chat here, the stage chat, and so. Hopefully we can get that posted on Facebook as well. But basically, I was going to have Lakeisha tell her story about this new startup, and so she has a landing page here. And so just looking at it, you can see, even though she doesn't have the product launch, she's say join our wait list. So she's already collecting potential customer prospects for her marketplace here. So even though she hasn't launched, she's actually finding out who's actually interested, and so she's kind of making it clear what they're doing here. And I thought this was pretty neat. She's has a little roadmap here on saying you should join a wait list, and then this drop zone launch, wallet access, exclusive perks, so on. So she's got a pretty big team here. I was really surprised when I saw that, and it looks like a fairly diverse team as well. And so if you've got that many people working on your idea, you should get off to a really, really good start. So we're excited for her and her launching that new startup. And so we're still planning on having Matthew on, and we're going to take next week off because of the holidays, of course, and then we'll December 2nd we're having an event, and I'm going to try to get someone on that actually to talk about the sales funnel, and and using that to kind of grow your revenue. And so you can start looking ahead for that. So hopefully we'll have someone on to talk about that a little bit next month. Saturday, well, let me first say about last Saturday, we had lawyer on, a retired lawyer on, talking about business formation, and we had a nice crowd there to hear what he had to say. He made a bunch of good points. But if you're planning on participating in a pitch competition, or just want to learn how to pitch your idea, Daniel Pennington, he's a great guy to help you learn how to pitch your idea clearly and concisely. So even I think when you think about an upcoming pitch competition, or even writing your 250 words, he probably can give you some ideas on that as well. And so there are some key things to connect with the audience, and Daniel is an expert on that. So that's going to be a hybrid event. So we're going to be live and in person down at the Kukua Institute, and then we're also going to be streaming. So make sure you, if you're in Pensacola area, come definitely participate. And if you can't get to Pensacola, we'll be streaming online, and you can interact with learn what Dan has to say. And like I said, he helped me win tens of thousands of dollars for my startup. And I was down at Anchacon today and yesterday, and one of the companies that was participating in a panel was a company called Iris, and their former CEO was able to get some pitching coaching from Dan, and they landed a big $9 million seed round, and so that was pretty impressive and pretty neat. So yes. So let's see what we got next. I'll go into a little bit about Startup on the Blocks, and we're here to with this event on Thursday night to kind of help give people an opportunity to network and help them learn some of the best practices of building a startup. And so it's all about getting you ready to and helping you grow your startup. And so we're at the beginning of the funnel so if you think of your journey from an idea to a raising capital, we're at that at the beginning of the funnel where you actually learn this stuff, and if you buckle down and work on your idea, you can move, you can make it further down that funnel and get the capital you need to scale your business out. Yeah, and so like I said, we do that, by getting you a chance to network with folks. So like we were able to participate in the Anchacon here in Pensacola yesterday and today, and it was truly amazing. And so, and to give you an example, so some of the folks that participated in the G Alpha and G Beta stuff locally, some of our portfolio companies, just by participating in that, they got free tickets to Anchacon, and I think it costs about $300 and something to attend. But the other thing, like if you even if you couldn't pay the $300 and some dollars, you could actually volunteer and attend as well. So you just have to not make excuses and find a way to kind of make it happen. And so at our event here, our first hours networking, and I still think a lot of people don't know the significance, of the one-on-one networking. So just in a little time I spent, down at the Anchacon, I was able to make several applicants, but people already knew. I got a chance to talk to them and actually build relationships. And so there were, and I actually also found out about some opportunities, for my startup, and it's literally pretty amazing. And even for our nonprofit here with the Startup on the Blocks program, we met a lady that's is in charge of, you know, their sponsorships and funding stuff. And so that was actually pretty neat, and met some technical experts in different areas. So like the lady that I will have on, hopefully have on sometime next month, she grew by using a sales funnel, she grew her business to a six-figure business, and she's expected to double her revenue in this coming year just from using the best practice thing, which is developing a sales funnel. And so so that's some really some key information. I just can't overemphasize the idea of the networking, and then learning. The second hour we're doing now, you kind of learn some of the best practices for building a startup, and that's pretty amazing. As well. So you have to connect, and there's stuff going on all the time, and so 24/7. And so like today, I wasn't able to participate, but there is yesterday and today there was a free conference going on about building applications with no code, and it was totally free. 2 days of stuff, and it's just no shortage of stuff that's out there. I also at EntreCon today and yesterday, I actually met some other founders that are out there working on their startup by themselves, and I was able to share, the information about startup on the blocks and the idea of the startup ecosystem. And so it's definitely a lot of things. So again, stick with us, because we're here for the long haul. And we're going to keep continuing the services that we provide for founders. So our best practices are just review. We have guests on where you can learn the Lean Startup methodology. And the good news on that, I communicate with Ashmar today, and looks like we're going to get the funding to give some people access to his program, at no charge. And so that's a pretty neat opportunity. So doing a startup is like, building a home. You have to, start off on a good foundation, and you have to leverage the ecosystem to get the help you need to build your startup. And like, tonight, if Lakeisha had been able to come on, so she's been an entrepreneur for a while, but she's launching a new startup with some partners. So the question you have to ask yourself, what steps is she taking to build this new startup? And so having her come on and share those ideas, you can learn get some ideas on some things you can do to kind of move your idea forward. And so that's why we have the founders come on and share their stories. And so we talked about the pitch competitions, and so we introduced you to a pitch competition, but there's like so many other pitch competitions out there and opportunities, and we list some of those in our newsletter. So if, let's say, all the folks that are participating in this upcoming pitch competition, you actually if, like I said, for sure, if you make it to the finals, you're going to become one of our portfolio companies. But if you make it to the semifinals, I probably will make the decision to invite you in. So if that's just for applying for a pitch competition. And so the mentoring, and I'll show you our mentors later. So we provide mentoring for our portfolio companies. We provide a project management solution for our portfolio companies. We provide access to the Startup Rocket where they can document and see the steps to launch, to get into your MVP and launching it. And then we have weekly office hours on Saturday, and we have a newsletter. So let's talk about the newsletter while we're at this stage here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. So the purpose of this newsletter is to kind of keep you connected with our events. So once you register for Startup on the Blocks on our events on Thursdays, then we add you to our newsletter, and we always let you know what the upcoming event is. And looks like I put the wrong date in there today. I do so many events, but anyway, when you register, you see the right date. And then so the videos from the previous week. So last week we had Terry Sanks on. He's an IP lawyer, and even though we had an IP a patent attorney on before, Terry provided some different insights and some additional best practices about that. So we were excited to have him on, and the video from our Saturday office hours session with Bob Hart, and he answered a lot of questions. And so there's a link to that video. And those of you who are on the Hopping platform, there's a link to that. And if in case you didn't read your email, there's a link to it right up under the stage here. These funding opportunities are tremendous, and so entrepreneurs, there's a lot of things, and this first thing is actually lack of a fellowship, and so they're going to, if you put your application in and you win, you get $100,000 prize, plus $100 and some dollars worth of living expenses. And Hello Alice, that was like down below. There's a newsletter I said suggest you sign for, and they tell you about all the small business grants. So they like a curator of small business grants, and they have several opportunities going on all the time. So and this next one, let's say you need some legal help with your company. Here's a university that you can apply to get in their program, and they'll provide you free legal help. And so on and on. There's just so many opportunities. And for our developers out there, and this is a thing, if you started getting into Web 3.0, where you're doing all the blockchain stuff, and if you got some ideas for an application, you can submit for a grant there. So if you got a team of developers, or you got an idea and you're working on a Web 3.0 idea, you can apply for a grant there. And these opportunities go on and on. A company like DoorDash, that delivers stuff, they're even supporting founders and businesses, that are out there. I was talking to Lauren today from Generator, and they have numerous programs for founders. And so, click that link and you can actually see all the different programs, from G Alpha, G Beta, to their funded program, to their talent program. It's just on and on. And so, of course, the Amazon it's just, I could go on and on all the different opportunities. And so yesterday there was a $100,000 pitch competition for veterans. And so, I think we listed that opportunity before the applications closed. And so, and I think that was right here in Florida as well. And then here's some opportunities just for founders of color, and they vary, from this makers thing for 100K, and to this, here's a 200K one. And here, Startup on the Blocks has a small 2K pitch competition, but we may be small, but we're at least getting you started and getting you used to what it takes to move forward. And there are a lot of funds, like there's over $5 billion that's been set aside, for Black and Brown founders. So there's a lot of stuff, and then there's stuff specifically for women, and then LGBTQ. So nonprofits, and so I'm not sure how many of you are out there involved in nonprofits, but like even the Kukua Institute, this is a recurring monthly grant, but it's going to end like in the spring, and so we definitely going to be applying for that. And then there's another one like this particular grant here. So we're building an AI application, and so that allows a lot of users to use it, and we're making really good progress on that. And so we're going to actually apply for this $25,000 unrestricted grant. And I had applied for another small grant for our AI application and made it to the finals, and so got a lot of good feedback on what to what they were looking for, and they encouraged me to apply again next year, and I most certainly will. And see, I was going to see what's her name had registered. Sarah Davis had registered, and she's been applying for grants. So we're anxious to see her come on in the future and tell about uh, how she's been learning each time she applied for a program. She learned something new. So the next time she applies for another program, she knows better how to answer the question. And I think that's really, really fantastic. And so the number one thing I can say there, the startup ecosystem is huge, and so it doesn't make sense to be out there working by yourself when there's so much help out there. Excuse me. Yes. So I put this section in the newsletter right here, so you'll just get familiar with some of the resources out there, and you can learn about all the stuff that's in the ecosystem. And we talk about the Lean Startup all the time, but the Lean Stack website, that's where Ash's site, and he's got some free stuff out there. But that's the way you learn the methodology that's going to get you to win some of these pitch competitions or get in these programs, that actually train you. So just quite a few things here. And the Spark XYZ, you can register your company in there, and they keep you abreast to different opportunities as well. My favorite is f6s.com. And they've been around the longest, and they have the largest community of founders. And so if you're a founder and you're not on that side, you're really missing out. And so you just find out about, and then once you build your profile up in these different sites like that, they start sending you opportunities. I think I mentioned this last week. There is a opportunity for AI related startups, and this excuse me, this accelerator program, they sent me an email saying, we want you to apply for this this competition, and that you could, if you're building a solution, and if you're willing to start working on AWS, you could actually win 100,000 in AWS credits. And so I got on there and applying, and I didn't finish my application, but I ended up getting an email just for starting my application. I got $10,000 in free AWS credits. And so that's just go to show you, if you take action and try to participate, you can literally move forward. and here's some ecosystem things that are just for Black founders, some just for women, and I also do some of the upcoming events that we have, and then just a link to some of the past events as well. Uh, so this is suggestion here is pretty. So you can actually search, you know, these different event sites, including Hopin, and find all these things that you can learn from. Um, and watching pictures is really a good thing because you can learn how the picture idea much better. And so, and also have some other events that you can actually participate in. I guess this one just concluded yesterday. And Gulf Power, which will be rebranded, that's another great networking event, and it's kind of economic development related. So startups, that's a good bit to attend. And I think this year, Entrecon, was the best event that it really was great this year, and it's just great opportunity to network and get some training. So so this is the link for Hopin, where you can explore and search for events, and no matter what your interest is, a startup, you can find the events, and they're going on all over the world, and it's just a bunch of free stuff. And Crowdcast, I've been logged on to that for quite a while, and there is always training and stuff going on there. And I've watched pitch competitions on there as well. So it's just so many resources out there. These are just a few of the newsletters, and down at the bottom just have some links, from our previous events as well. Yeah, so that weekly newsletter is really a great opportunity. So here at the Kukua Institute, we do the Startup on the Bronx program, but we have this thing called the Center for the Innovation Workforce. And I guess I want to also check and see what so I'm looking at some of these questions. So Terry's, asking about what's the grant. And Terry, you should be getting that email. If you're not, look in your spam, because you're on the mailing list. There's just so many grants out there, and I'm not sure which grant you're talking about, Terry. Let's see. Yeah, so that's definitely the case. But getting back to the Center for the Innovation Workforce, we try to have a lot of tools that founders can use, and our student trainee can use, relate to AI, virtual reality, data science, and robotics. And so, like, for example, the AI tool we're developing, and we actually got it, up and running on our development server, and I've been playing with it, and we got to get a few more bugs out of it. But this particular tool will allow you to take your company data and turn it into AI. And that's going to be free to all of our founders, in our portfolio companies. And so these are some great things we're doing. We're also working on a grant now that to even provide more support for our founders. So that's what the idea is there. And so if you work with us and participate in our events, subscribe to our email list, we get you connected to the resources that you can use to build your startup. We're all about connecting, and so like we had Joey Womack on a little bit a couple of weeks ago, and his nonprofit Goody Nation. So goodynation.org, definitely he has a lot of programs, for startup founders. And I was literally amazed that, when he said that they partner with Google for startups and Google for the Black Founder thing. And it was just shocking to me that so so you have to work on your startup, and you have to get connected the and so the you're so that you can kind of take advantage of some of the opportunities. And let's see, Quinn just sent me a message and said that he is on. So let's see something here. But the bottom line is, what we're trying to do is with supporting founders and Black and brown founders. We know there's great opportunities, out there to grow your company. There's a lot of resources out there, and so we're here to help you actually move forward. Quinn, I know you're out there listening. I'm going to send you post a link for you to get backstage, so you can pop on for a minute and tell us a little bit about your experiences there. So let's see here. Oh, so Quinn, I'm sending you a message through the chat. So that's got the link in it to get backstage. Hopefully you can get through back there. I'm not sure if you're on your phone because you were out at an event there. But let's see what else we got here for, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So we basically try to help you overcome all the challenges of building a startup. Our networking helps you get connections. Our best practice training try to help you, provide you with the knowledge, and our mentors kind of work in a lot of different areas to kind of support. And that newsletter actually gets you access to capital, but it also gets you access to training and stuff like that as well. And we provide some small amounts of capital, but by participating, becoming one of our portfolio companies, we are making it so you don't actually have to buy stuff. But when you're enrolled, when you sign up on the f6s.com website, you get access to so much free software and free things to help you build your company. It's just like getting money, So like if you having to host your web application and it's costing you a certain amount of money per month, or if you having to do some specific AI stuff and it's costing you your money, when you get that free like $10,000 Amazon credits or 25,000, like f6s.com, minimum you get is $25,000 worth of Amazon credits. So just keep on, but you have to participate. You have to do things. You have to let the ecosystem knowing that you're working on your startup, and that's what's important there. And we're going to keep adding mentors as well. And the neat thing, once like I said earlier, I was contacted Ash to let him know it looks like we're going to get some funding for his accelerator in a box. And so, we we're all our mentors will be able to get the training and participate in that. And so we're excited about all the resources that we have, and there's plenty more people out there willing to help. If we just have to get more people active and working on their startup in order to kind of so they can actually take advantage of that stuff. Yeah, and here's a little bit more about the Lean Stack Accelerator in a box. I talked about this before, but one of the exciting things about this thing is that the first part of your startup journey is learning how to pitch your idea clearly and concisely. So you're literally, learning how to design a business, doing a business model design. And so, and you have to get that right even before you actually start working on these next phases, the problem solution fit, the solution customer fit, and the product market fit. So it's a journey. And so, but you have to get this part right and start working on it. So the neat thing about once we get access to this particular program, we're going to let anybody and everybody into this first part. But this phase, when you start doing this, that's when we're going to narrow it down. So you're literally going to have to be showing some significant progress. So Quinn, if you hear me, hopefully you were able to get that link out there, and if you can figure out how to use that to get backstage. But I'm not sure if you're on your phone or laptop, but if you can't make it work, we'll be glad to have you on, because I know you've been actually working on your startup there. So let's see if there he is. Hey Quinn, how are you, man?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So you're still out running around. I saw. I don't think I got a chance to talk to you at Ultracon, but I know you were busy participating there.
Yeah, I just got done with the wrap up of that, and then also stopped by the chamber, was doing something as well. So stop by there.
Yeah. So, well, since I got you on here, an Ultracon was going on. So were you doing chamber stuff and Ultracon both the last couple of days?
I guess you could say interchangeably. So as I introduced myself, so I was representing the node, but then I was also, letting people know I was going to the chamber. So just to kind of get a feel of what I'm about to, step into.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So the so but so did you get one of those free tickets to the Ultracon?
Yeah, I did. So I received the free ticket from G Alpha.
Okay.
I was able to get plugged into G Alpha through Startup on the Blocks.
Uh-huh.
So did G Alpha. G Alpha was a good experience to kind of see how other generators do or accelerator programs do their practices. And through there, I was able to get access to Entricon. And then through networking, I was able to kind of upgrade as well through the collab. So, it was a
Oh
good
wow.
experience.
So when you say upgrade, what do you mean?
So I was able to get VIP pass. So I was able to do some
Wow.
networking, VIP pass and nature.
So you're really learning the tricks of the trade, huh?
Yeah, hey, I learned from the best.
Yeah. There were so many. Like I think last night after the formal event, they had. I think there was like probably a half a dozen networking events. All with free drinks and free food.
Yep. They treated us well last night.
So that was good. Yeah, I wasn't able to participate in those events because I had a meeting, where I had to answer a lot of questions, and I figured if I drank one drink or two drinks, I may not have been able to answer any questions. Yeah, but I definitely try to network as much as possible at the event. So Um, I guess a couple of weeks ago, you were over at the Kukua Institute, and you got a chance to talk to the Pensacola News Journal reporter. How was that experience?
It was a great experience. I mean, to be able to highlight what the know is doing at this point, and what Startup on the Blocks is actually being able to provide to the new founders and entrepreneurs. I mean, it was a great opportunity, and for it to be known now on well through Pensacola, kind of what's going on and how we're trying to develop this app. So it was a great
Yeah.
opportunity.
Well, you're gonna be surprised because like Gannett owns the Pensacola News Journal, so occasionally when you get an article in the News Journal, you actually end up being in the USA Today. So most people don't know that, and you get.
I
But
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah, and then when you search your business, then you're gonna find out there's like you know a dozen or more sites that actually got that same article posted out there.
So I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
do a deep dive and see what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah. That's exactly right. But yeah, I guess I definitely want to commend you. Like when I asked you to come, you didn't hesitate, and so it really paid off for you. So so you've registered on F6S, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so you can actually on your personal profile and your business profile, you can actually now go take that news article link and put it in your profiles there, and then that'll up your profile scores and make you look a lot better.
So I need
Yeah.
to do that ASAP then.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the way that works, and the higher your profile score, the better off you are. And I think you have to get it. I'm not sure what the magic number is, but you have to get it up. I know over 80%, but maybe close to 90% before you can get the freebies. And so that's why I tell people you have to participate, because every time you participate, like you apply for something, you get in, or you become a finalist or whatever, it really helps you become known, and you get exposed to way more opportunities. Yeah,
Yep. And
yeah,
that's one of the things I know you've always advocated since, I started is just to get involved and, kind of just let people know what you're doing, no matter
yeah,
what phase of it you're in, because you never know who you may meet or what opportunities may be available or resources in order for you to kind of keep going with your process.
yes, that's exactly right. I got a question here, and the thing here said how to get on the email list that startup on a for startup on the blocks. Let me look at our email here, see if it's let's see. Yeah. But the simplest way to get on the email list, Lord Junior, you can post on Facebook. Just log on and register for one of our upcoming events, and those things. So like if you put the link for our any of our upcoming events, Lord Junior, and just post that in Facebook and let them know that's really the easiest way to get on the email list. Um, or they can just go to events.kukuinstitute.org and just pick a link there, and so that's definitely a neat opportunity. So uh, Quinn, so on that, so I noticed what was interesting about when you showed up over to Kukua Institute and the I guess the first day Carlos was there, and so you and Carlos got to get a write up, and then the second time you got to take the picture. So tell us a little bit about the second day, about who you met, for the first time and all of that.
Yeah, so the second day we actually were able to take the picture, but I was able to meet Troy, for the first time, even though everything has been virtual. So it was great to finally meet some of the people that I've been going through the cohort with. And then I was also able to meet Tia Robbins from Taste of Pensacola. So it was great to finally meet her as well.
Yeah.
And then I was able to kind of just go over more so of what the know is all about. So for the ones who don't really know what the know is about, the know, we're pretty much creating a app that will streamline the entertainment industry for artists and those involved in the professional side of the entertainment side. So
Yeah.
we'll be
Go
yeah, so
ahead.
we'll be yeah, so we'll focus on three things. We focus on analytics, collaboration, and booking. So pretty much we'll be consolidating your streaming and social analytics on one platform, as well as the artists to be able to pretty much build out their team and collaborate with other artists no matter where their location is. And lastly, they'll be able to book through the platform. Pretty much it'll be a more secure, safer, more transparent, and efficient way to book an artist.
Yeah, okay, great, great. Yeah. So and so you met Troy. So what did Troy have to say about what you were doing?
Yeah, so Troy actually has a background in the entertainment industry.
Mm.
So I was able to kind of find out more about Troy's experience. So he believes it's a great idea, and it will help, those artists. It may be cutting some people out of the process, as far as some agents, but it'll also streamline that business for agents and managers and people of that nature. So it may cut some things down, but it will also streamline the business for those too. So it helps everybody across
Yeah,
the board.
yeah, yeah, and yeah. So that's really great. Like I participated in the Goody Nations weekly huddles, and what they say is, like if any kind of funding is a win, and any kind of press is a win. So so yeah, so
Yep.
you have to kind of leverage that, and so it yeah, so even like at Entricon, yesterday and today, there were plenty cameras down there, and I think I participated in a little short podcast thing. So it's just great opportunities to spread the word out about what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. So yeah, so what else have you been doing to kind of work on your startup and make progress?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm constantly reading. I'm getting feedback, sorry. Yeah, but I'm constantly reading and
You're good.
am,
Good.
am I
Keep
dou-
going.
am I double? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so
good.
I'm always reading and trying to stay up to date on just kind of how the industry that I'm in is currently operating. I'm always networking and constantly going over what my business plans are with those active in the industry. So I'm always getting constant feedback. I'm always surveying and kind of seeing if I need to make any type of adjustments or pivots, and just to make sure that I'm on track as far as pricing. And then I'm always meeting with my developers now, because I do have a development team now. So
Okay.
shout out to Technica, is who
Yeah.
I'm using at this point, with Sean
Yeah.
Hoffman, which I met through Startup on the Blocks.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So we like to have developers on, so they can kind of, help our founders out, with what they're doing, and then we try to keep you aware of the pitch competitions and these different programs, so you can, go get the funding to, to pay developers, or the big stuff, and generally, like it's better if you have a co-founder or something as a developer. Um, but I don't know if you know if Sean told you or not, but they 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 are also flexible in making, if you're willing to give up some equity, they making some equity arrangements with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
during the development.
yeah.
But
Yeah, we discussed that portion of it. We haven't came to terms with it exactly just yet, but I mean, we'll probably end up exploring that term because it gets expensive when you start getting in development. So I mean,
Uh,
I've been bootstrapping everything myself at this point.
yeah,
So
but
yeah,
and so like they had that no code conference, and I don't know if you saw the post on Startup on the Blocks. I think I posted there, but it was going, and actually it was on Hopkins yesterday and today. So they had 2 days of stuff on there, and they literally were going through everything you need to do to kind of build your application with no code. And so, but so
yeah,
one point I know it's a little challenging to do that, but to me, you have to kind of get involved and start getting a little more and more curious to figure out and to start networking with these people so you can actually kind of learn more about some potential solution. Because what I can tell you, the in the ecosystem, every problem or every challenge that a founder may have, there's companies and other founders that's been trying to create solutions for that. So you just have to
yeah,
kind of get engaged. And so like this, if I were in your shoes and I was building a an application in the entertainment industry, I would um, I would subscribe to 3 or 4 different podcasts that pertain to the industry. I would subscribe to um, you know podcasts that are where you have founders in the entertainment industry,
yeah,
and that way, spending a few hours, some minimum amount of time each week, less than 5 hours, listening to what they're doing and how they're doing it, and it's just so educational, and then what I would do is I would subscribe to Google Alerts, um, terms related to what your thing is, and and also all the accelerated programs or programs related to the music industry. I would I would go ahead and apply for those things, even if I'm not ready yet, just to get my company in the list, and then you'll start getting emails, to kind of offer opportunities to kind of help you grow what you're doing. So those are some simple things that you can do, but I'm telling you, when you're working on your stuff, you'll get the answers to what you need, but you have to be working on it.
yeah, for sure. I know I did start off with actual no code. I was using a Dalo. That's kind of where
Uh-huh.
I got the my concept, and then that's when I
Okay.
got transitioned over to my developers at that
Yeah.
point, and then that's kind of what they took and kind of ran with.
Oh, great.
Um, yeah. So I mean, we're about 3 to 8 months out, far as development. Well, as
Okay.
far as the whole thing, I'm hoping to have the first actual working MVP
Hmm.
no later than the end of the first quarter.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So
Yeah, and so the it's definitely, so it is a journey, and and I think for the audience, you just realize, you know you're these resources are there for you to, if you're working on your idea. So you pitch as if your idea is already um, done, and
right.
then go back and tell what stage you are in building that idea. That's the way the ecosystem works. And so get over this thing that you already have to have everything done. You just people have to see you making progress, and you
Right.
keep getting referred to these programs to kind of to help you out. Yeah.
Right.
And
And then I was also, by being able to go to Entrecon, I was able to reconnect with some of the G Alpha alumni as well to
okay.
be able to network, and G Beta and be able to network.
Oh, so
Um,
did you go to the party they had just for the G Alpha and G Beta alumni
last, yeah, I went
last
last
night?
night.
Oh, I was so disappointed I couldn't go to that.
Yeah, it was a nice situation to be able to network with a few. We was also able to meet somebody else who just moved to the city that's a possible investor in some of the companies here. So
Okay.
just being able to rub shoulders with the right people is a great opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. So, like, so what would you tell the audience? In like we're wrapping up here. So, like, as far as
Yeah.
your journey, and and where after learning about the ecosystem, and just in your journey, just any parting words about what you would tell other people who have ideas, or about moving forward.
Yeah, I would say one, just get active, and then two, just remember you have everything you need to get what you want. Sometimes it's really about the question that you ask, and then once you ask the right question, sometimes just based on the answer, you'll be able to kind of run with it and take things further. So, I mean, it is a hard road, but it's a road worth going. So, I
Yeah,
mean, just keep at whatever you're trying to do.
yeah, and then so this is our you know um, third pitch competition coming up. Do you think you're in a lot better position now to articulate your idea, and communicate it a lot better?
Absolutely. So I've been working on I've been working on it for quite some time now. So I think I can, narrow it down and get what I'm trying to say out a little better than what I did from day one. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fantastic, and that reminds me. Um, you know, um, Daniel Pennington, will um, be in this Saturday, and yeah, and so it's yeah. So I think ultimately we're going to keep you know growing startup on the blocks, and going after funding to kind of get all as much support for founders as possible. And I wanted to mention one last thing before we go here. Yeah, so they were supposed to do this CEO program this past this fall, and they ended up not getting enough applications, because by the time we got the guy on, it was after close to the deadline to put the stuff. But they're gonna the applications are back open now, and this is actually some free training for entrepreneurs. And so what's neat about it is that once you go through this training, so I guess the cohort starts on February 2022. But what I found out, I was in a apprenticeship meeting today, and found out that after you go through the program, you can actually sit for entrepreneurship certification. So you can get a industry recognized certification in entrepreneurship, and so that's going to be neat. So I guess I need to let me put the link to this in the chat, and I guess Lloyd Jr. I'm going to put it in the stage chat, and I guess if you also can put it out on Facebook, so the folks out there on Facebook can actually also go ahead and register for that CEO program. And so I think that's pretty neat that all this free training is out there to kind of help you move forward, and so we're going to keep on trying to take advantage of all this move to help minority businesses to kind of move forward. So next, we're taking next week off. For remind everybody, but this Saturday we will be doing the pitch training, and so I think it's timely, since we're going to have our pitch competition next month. And so I also mentioned that I've reached out to one of the people I met at EntreCon to come on. Hopefully I'll get them on either the first week in December or the second week. and that talk about how to build a sales funnel, and also to kind of, because that's really key to growing your businesses, that sales funnel. And so that we're going to just keep moving moving forward, and then we'll come back the third Thursday in December and do the pitch competition. So help spread the word, so more people can actually participate in that, and we'll get more people working together on building their startup. And then after the pitch competition, we'll probably take the rest of the year off, and let everybody celebrate the holidays. So Quinn, we definitely appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you out there working and moving forward, making connections, and we setting a good example for the rest of the founders.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate all of the information you've given. You, Lloyd Jr., for orchestrating everything. I appreciate y'all.
All right. We're excited and to do it, and we're and believe it or not, our sponsors, they recognize what we're doing, and they're supporting us to kind of keep moving forward. So everybody, you all have a great Thanksgiving, and enjoy your family and friends and being thankful. And we definitely want to say give her hope Lakeisha and her son is, her son is doing better, but she did say he was stable, so that's good. And so we say a special prayer for her, and we'll have to get her back on, because I was looking forward to hearing about the NFT marketplace. See you all next, I guess, week after Saturday, and then week after next. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.